WF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything earned for a goal of elevation, just passing the team over here might finish out bright future we can't vanish. SE25 any day, that's SELHURST. Rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions, fan cams, bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
How we doing, lovely people? Welcome to Eagle-Eyed Football. It's the watch-along for Palace versus Nantes. Last pre-season game before we kick off against Brentford next Sunday. Obviously, the guys are there, but obviously I'm here in Dublin, so I won't be. So I'm doing a watch-along for it. How's everybody feeling ahead of the game? Obviously, you know, it's the last pre-season game before we kick off, as I said. Take you through the lineup first and foremost. So it's there in front of me. Dean Henderson in goal. And then it's Munoz, Richards, Anderson, Gay, Mitchell. And then it's Wharton, Hughes, Kamada, Edward, and Eze. The bench is Remy Matthews, Joel Ward, Rob Holding, Nathaniel Klein, Chadi Riyad, Caden Rodney, Franco Uma, Naru Ahamada, Justin Devaney, Jeffrey Schlupp, Jordan Ayew, Ismail Assar, Cheick Decore, and Jefferson Lerma. I think it's good that we've gone with quite a strong team because obviously we'll want to get underway with a stronger team as possible ahead of next Sunday's opener at Brentford. But yeah, if you'll let me know what your thoughts are on the game, I'll be sure to read your comments out. But before I do that, big up to the Animal who says we're the boys in red and blue, 100%. Big up to Seki all the way from Australia. He says big up guys, back to midnight games for me. We know the pain, man. Rich and JC were doing watch-alongs at stupid o'clock at night. I couldn't do them. I just couldn't do them, to be honest. But yeah, folks, obviously, Nantes at home. Let's see how we fare against the French team. So I wonder what will Palace get up to today, because obviously it's important that we finish pre-season strongly so that we go into next Sunday's game with a big opportunity to get 3 points ahead of that London derby next Sunday. Big up to Sean all the way from Jamaica. What are you saying, bro? You good? And he says, what's up, bro? Hey, man, I'm all good, man. I'm blessed. I'm just enjoying having a day off from work. So it's good to be able to jump on EEF and give you a watch along. So anyway, people, let me know what you think. Are you happy with the lineup? Are you not happy with the lineup? What's your thoughts on the rumours that Joachim Andersen could be on his way to Fulham? As Fulham, it's been reported, have made a £20 million bid for Andersen. For me personally, I think that's an insult. I don't think we should entertain a bid for that at all. Sean here says, I can't wait to watch the match. Sorry, folks, just give me 1 sec. I've got a message. Just got to respond to a message from Rich here. Sorry, just give me 1 sec there. Sean says, what's the lineup? Yeah, I'll put the lineup back on the screen now for you, Sean. Just give me 1 sec. There you go. There's the lineup there for you, mate. And while I have it there, Spiritual says he would take 30 million for Joachim Andersen. For me personally, I don't see the sense in reportedly selling both Gay and Andersen, but you know, maybe there's value in the market to get another player in to replace Andersen. But for me, if I had to lose either Gay or Andersen, I'd rather lose Mark Gay. Because if Newcastle want to spend stupid money on him, we should be snapping their hand off and running away, in my opinion. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You let me know in the comments below. Sorry, folks, just literally trying to respond to something here. So, yeah, Sean, as you can see there, that's the full lineup. So let me know what you think of the lineup there, my guy. So, yeah, you know, not too far now from kickoff. So I'm just going to get myself set up here to watch this. I just need to quickly do something. Just bear with me here, folks, 1 second. I really should have had this sorted out beforehand, but it is what it is. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So if I need to go back here for a sec. Okay, so no thanks. Not now. Okay, I think, yeah, okay, I have that sorted. Okay. Oh, hang on. Whoa. Before we get a copyright strike, I have to be very careful there, folks. My apologies. I do have some more comments to address, though, before I start. Sorry, so Spiritual has said, I'm not happy about the attacking options on the bench. Sean says we'll win this game easily. And says, I'll join you at halftime if that's cool with you. Yeah, man, everybody's more than welcome to jump on at halftime if you want to have your say. And Spiritual here says, we need depth in those numbers. In the number 10 positions, IU and Sarr on the bench is disappointing. I mean, I think I personally would have preferred to see Sarr start, really, so we can see what he can do from the off. But, you know, I don't think maybe Glasner thinks he's better off starting off from the bench. So maybe that's his way of thinking about it. I don't know offhand, but oh my gosh, where's the mute thing for this? There's no mute button at all. That's annoying. I don't want us to get a copyright strike. Okay. Do you know what? I might do? Let me just see if I can. Sorry, folks. I apologize for this. I'm just trying to get the game. I'm trying to get the game up on my phone, but because I don't want the actual game itself to be on in the background because that's a copyright strike. Oh, for flip's sake! What is going on with this now? Okay, so Sean's just gonna watch the match. So later, yeah, man. In a bit. I'll talk to everyone at halftime. Just bear with me here one second, folks. A little bit of a technical issue here. Okay, I've got it. Okay. So yeah, obviously we have not been the most active of late because obviously we're seeing more players linked away from Crystal Palace than coming into the club. But obviously the big ones of late would be, of course, Mark Gay and Joachim Andersen, as I mentioned at the top of the show. So yeah, obviously, you know, it's looking a bit like pretty much. I forgot I was muted there, folks. So what I was trying to say there was it looks like a lot of our players are being linked with moves away. So, you know, ideally, you don't want to see any more departures because we've built a very good team. But in theory, if we're able to sell some of our key players and get a lot of profit and then reinvest, which admittedly at the minute we haven't really seen enough of the Elise money reinvested. But having said that, you know, the likes of Kamada, the likes of Sarr, the likes of Riyadh, so far, two of them we've seen a bit of, and they've impressed a lot of the fan base. Not everybody's been properly sold. Ismail Sarr, we know what he can do from his time at Watford, where he kind of blew hot and cold. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, Seki here saying, what's that clicking sound? That's just my laptop for some reason. I need to press down on the back of it. So something's damaged on my laptop, so I have to hold that just to stop that sound. So you'll have to excuse the sound. I'm trying my best to shut it off, but it's not working for me. But the teams are walking out now, so I'm going to get the banner up. I'm just going to quickly change the banner around so that we have the banner running across the screen for the first half here. So just bear with me, folks. I didn't really get much time to prep anything because time kind of caught up on me. But yeah, we'll So as you can see there, we have the banner running across the bottom. We're yet to kick off, but they're just going to show through the team sheet now. So it's Henderson, Mitchell, Anderson, Gay, Eze, Munoz, Kamada, Hughes, Wharton, Edward, and Richards. Although surprisingly, Will Hughes and Adam Wharton are wearing the same shirt number by the looks of it, even though we know that Will Hughes wears 19 and Wharton wears 20. Seki says Eze and Gay starting is a good sign. Well, at the minute, I don't really see Tottenham coming in for Eze, because realistically, we've already sold Elise. Newcastle have put in an offer for Gay, which I don't think Palace have entertained too much. So it remains to be seen as to whether or not we actually see any movement on any more departures. So yeah, as I said, just got a shot there of Dean Henderson in the goal. I think he's at the Holmesdale Road end of the stadium. So they're just with the referees in the centre circle. There's Eze there on the pitch. Obviously, he's linked with a move away to Tottenham, which ideally won't happen because selling more than 2-3 key players is an indication that the team has imploded and we could be in for a long, hard season. But having said that, if the club can get the reinvestment correct, it may be the best thing for us, because one thing we were guilty of doing in the past is holding on to players when we should have let them go, i.e. Wilfried Zaha. More on him at half-time, by the way, because I know a lot of people will probably want me to talk about the rumours of Wilf coming back to Palace on loan. For me, it was a massive hard no. I don't see the point of it, personally speaking. So just a shot there, Kamada, Mark Gay. I saw Tyrick Mitchell there a second ago. Odds on wow. So yeah, so we're about to kick off here. Again, folks, the clicking sound that you are hearing here and there, it's just my laptop. There's nothing I can do to stop that. I literally have to hold my finger against the back of my laptop to stop that sound. So if my hand does start to get a bit tired, you are going to hear the clicking sound again. So just bear with me, folks. This is literally the best I could do shorthand. I've been meaning to get it looked at, but to no avail. We have kicked off though, and we are attacking the Sainsbury's end of Selhurst Park. We are attacking the White Horse Lane end. But straight away, Palace have won a throw after some fairly poor overturn by Nantes. So I wonder now what's the game plan from Glasner, because this is a game where we don't really want to risk key players getting injured so close to the Brentford game, but you don't want to end pre-season, a fairly packed out Selhurst Park in the summer sunshine. You want to see a good performance. You want to see a few goals. You want to see Ismail Assar come off the bench and hopefully get his first goal in Palace red and blue. But at the moment, Nantes here are on the ball. Bit of a hospital pass back to Alban Lafont, but the ball's gone straight into midfield. And Will Hughes nearly got something on it, but Palace are in possession here. Adam Wharton on the ball, over to Tyrick Mitchell on the left-hand side. Is he going to get across into the box? Yes, he is, but it's straight away cleared. There was nothing doing on that one. Will Hughes again trying to get in the mix, but Nantes have got the ball, and it looks like they're just going to literally try and play it across their back line just to ease the pressure and give Palace a bit of work to do here. And Nantes now have a chance to break because Chris Richards has kind of been caught out of position. Chance here. And Dean Henderson just about gets something on it. It is a corner to the opposition. Not even 2 minutes in, Fairly poor from Chris Richards there, in my opinion. He probably could have done better. It may have just, got across him a bit too soon. Mark Gay actually kind of slipped there as well. So our opponents have a corner. And as we know, Dean Henderson, he's a bit hit and miss on corners. Obviously, you saw the Man United game last season where he was a bit soft, and we by hook or crook got away with their goal being chalked off. So they've just taken the corner now into the box. Strike at goal, missed, but now they'll try and swing a ball back into the box. And Will Hughes has done enough to try and get between the man and the ball, and Palace have cleared it for a throw. What's people's predictions for next week's game then? Because me personally, I think it's going to be a draw. Palace Brentford is never a game that there's going to be a load of goals in, but obviously we did beat them. I think was it 3-0, 3-1 at Selhurst, and we drew at their place. So it's not one of those them games where you think, oh yeah, we're going to smash them, or it's going to be a hard game. You're always thinking we could get slapped, or we could just bed in for a point and take that into the second game of the season. But how's everyone feeling ahead of the new campaign? Because I'm looking forward to the new season. I can't lie. Hopefully Glasner can start afresh, because obviously he came in mid-season where everybody was kind of sour on the whole Hodgson thing, and as we saw, the transformation under Glasner. Obviously, had we had him from the start of the season, who knows where we would have been? I don't think we would have been anywhere near Europe. Being perfectly honest, I think Glasner definitely would have needed to have brought in a lot of his own players, as he has done in this window, where obviously Kamada's played under him before at Frankfurt. Chadi Riyad's a very promising talent, but for some reason we've given away a free kick. The Palace players don't think it was much ado about anything, but the referee clearly disagrees. So now Nantes are trying to get the ball, and they have the ball very much in their own half. Just playing it back to the goalkeeper. I think, was it Lafont at West Ham, actually? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm nearly sure he played for West Ham at one point, Alban Lafont. Or was it Wolves? I think it's definitely a Prem team he played for. I think he played for a Prem team on loan. Oh my gosh. That's a hospital pass if I've ever seen one. They caught life there. We should have capitalized on that. Oh gosh, we're not doing well here. Okay. Oh, great defending there. I think that was by Anderson. Got his body in front of the ball. And okay, sorry folks, just give me 1 sec there. Five minutes gone, folks. It's still 0-0. Not an awful lot to shout about for Crystal Palace, to be honest. We haven't really put too much pressure on them. Oh, a bit of a fumble there by Lafont. Edouard got something on it, but they've somehow managed to get away with it. So I can't lie. We really should have been capitalizing on that, because Lafont didn't do himself any favors there. But yeah, so far it's kind of tame from both teams. Neither team's really looking to make a mistake so early in the game. So I can't say I'm too surprised, but yeah, we haven't really managed to get the bounce of the ball there. Alban Lafont. Oh, that's a big mistake. Oh, they got very lucky there. Palace should have scored. Very, very unlucky. I think that was Eze that nearly scored there from a very, very poor defensive pass by FC Nantes. Ball at the back stick, and it's headed just wide. So, yeah, Palace could have been 1-0 up there. Oh, wow. Lafont absolutely fumbled that, because Eze should have scored. Oh, that's a big miss by Eze. I mean, it is good defending by Nantes, to be fair to them. But, yeah, if I'm Eze there, I'm thinking I have to be scoring that. So, yeah, I can't lie. It's not great, to be honest with you, but it is still Palace 0, not nil. 7 minutes near enough on the way through. I don't really know too much about French football, so I can't really tell you if this lot are any good. But I'm familiar with the team because I know I know a little bit about French football, but I don't watch it. I don't watch French football like I would watch English football. So I don't really follow football outside of England, to be honest with you. I used to watch a lot of Inter Milan back for a little bit, but then I kind of got bored watching Italian football. Chance Palace could have a chance here, but they've managed to get the ball. They need to clear it though. Adam Wharton's shot a goal. Spiritual saying Nate's. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? What are you talking about? What do you mean about that? Where are you going with that, Spiritual? All right. Wharton. Kamada. See, the pace isn't there for me because players like França, Raksaki, they've got the pace for them kind of passes over the top. But you know, Eze, he's not the fastest, he's not the slowest either, but he's not rapid quick. So a player like Sarr, like Raksaki, like França, they've got pace to burn there, and that would benefit us more with that kind of play. But sorry, there's another name. Okay, I see that. He says, I meant Nantes are bums, not you. All right, because I'm there thinking, wait, what did I do to you? I'm there thinking, I never said anything bad about Spiritual, and the man's calling me a bum. What is going on there? Nah, you're cool, my guy. It's all good. It's all good. Just I was there thinking, I'm nearly sure I never said nothing to him to deserve that. But it's all good, man. It's all good. So we're on the ball here. Mitchell on the left. Will Hughes. Oh, it's a bit of a sloppy ball, I'm not going to lie. It's not great, man. It's not great. Ball across. Nothing great. Will Hughes. Yeah. Nothing doing there, to be honest with you. Fairly routine for the keeper. But yeah, people, if you can tell me, I'm nearly sure Lafont, the goalkeeper for them, I'm nearly sure he was in the Prem. I'm nearly sure he played at West Ham. So if somebody can do a quick search on that for me and see did he ever play in the Prem, I'd appreciate it, because it's going to drive me mad if I'm right or I'm wrong and I can't figure out the answer, because I'm nearly sure he played in the Prem at some point. Or maybe I'm thinking of the current West Ham goalkeeper Areola instead. But yeah. No, but I'm nearly sure he played. I'm nearly sure I've seen Lafont play in the Prem. I could have sworn I have, but anyway. Adam Wharton here on the ball for Palace. Right hand switched over to the right to Daniel Munoz. Oh, wow. I can't lie. Nantes have done very well to get away from that. And I think, yeah, that's been given as a free kick. I think that was kind of take one for the team on that one. Great strength to hold off more than one player there by the Nantes player there, number 27, Simon or Simon. Sorry, folks, just keep bearing with me there 1 sec. No, that's a hospital. That's poor. That's not great. Actually, let me set up a link for people to jump on after. Oh yeah, shit. No, oh, sorry. It's here actually. All right, I have that ready to go. So I'm actually gonna just leave that in the comment section there, and I'll post that. So people, I do actually have the chat link ready to go, so that if you want to jump on and have your say at halftime, the link will be posted directly into the chat. But obviously, at the minute, not even 15 minutes gone, still 0-0. Neither team has particularly been all that impressive. I don't really think we've been any great shake, really, but neither have they, to be fair. A spiritual here asked me, would you take Chukwuemeka? I don't know enough about him to give you an honest answer, to be honest. I'd have to do some research on him, to be honest. You're better off asking JC or Rich on that, because those guys are scouting players way more than I would be. So, and I'm not going to give you an answer where I'm just, waffling and acting like I know that player inside out. So I can't really give you an answer on that one, spiritual. Seki here says, I'm happy for the minutes in the legs. I think we will look sharper first game of the season. I hope so. I mean, granted, it's still early in this game and we haven't exactly been terrible, but it's not the most encouraging of first 15 minutes, because apart from that Eze chance, we haven't really made them work. We haven't made them, really work hard for anything. I mean, they had a couple of half chances here and there where, Dean Henderson did enough to get the ball behind for a corner. Anderson made a brilliant block to keep them out. So that's what you want to see, especially with players being linked to leave the club left, right, and centre. But that's the price you pay for doing really well. Toward the end of last season, watching Palace was just a joy, and obviously other teams will see us as a threat. They'll want to neutralise our opportunity to overtake them, because let's be real, the cohesion that the team managed to bring under Glasner, it's what got us those big wins. The win at Anfield, the win against Man United, the win against Wolves. Obviously, we smashed up Villa. I was there for that. That was a great day. That Villa game was a great day. Sorry, let me just clear that for a sec. Ball down the right-hand side to Daniel Munoz. Back to Munoz. Quick little exchange between himself and Kamada. Munoz gives the ball to Anderson, who finds Mark Gay on the left-hand side. It's back to Anderson here. Kamada's found a brilliant little bit of space. The pass was there, but the Nantes defender was in the right place to cut it out. See, the thing is, we're actually getting into good positions, but we're not finding the man to execute the shot. But as I say that, we could have something here. Oh, no, not quite. Not quite. Better, though. That's better. That is definitely better from what we have seen so far. Actually, do you know what? I'll just leave the link there anyway. So the link is there, people. So remember that that's what you're looking for when you want to have your say at halftime. Sorry, I really should be getting back to watching the game, to be honest, but I'm trying to make sure that, I'm interacting with you guys as much as possible. So by all means, people, if you want to, let me know what you think so far, by all means, just leave it in the comments. Will Hughes hasn't done himself any favours there. Palace had to backpedal a bit, and the ball has run out of play for a Palace throw. So in the end, I think Hughes did enough to put his man off. Here's a question for you lot, mainly Seki, Spiritual, and Sean, if you're still watching. Would you pick Wharton and Lerma as the starting midfield pair, or would you rather Wharton and Decore? For me, I think because they both finished last season so strongly when they both played together, it has to be Lerma and Wharton. Because I think Decore, he's only back off a massive injury. The risk of playing him, granted, he's well rehabilitated, so you can't really say that he'd do it again. But I think having the option of Decore off the bench will be a massive boost for us midfield-wise, because I can't go back to the days of Jordan Much coming off the bench in midfield. Like, nobody wants to see that, you know. I apologize for that clicking sound, folks. That's just my laptop. I'm trying my best to stop that as much as I possibly can. It's irritating me as well. So trust me, I'm firmly aware of it. So Seki here says Wharton and Decore, but would be happy with Lerma to prevent rushing him back. We need him to last the season. It's not worth the risk. 100%. 100%. Sorry, as I said, there's Nantes have just won a corner. So Palace have got enough man back. Kamada's gone to the near post. I'm nearly sure that I don't even know who. I think, is that Chris Richard? No, that's not Richard. I can see Richard's there. And 1-0 Nantes. They've scored. Castelletto has scored for the visitors. It is 1-0 to the French side. Again, Palace defending a set piece. And lo and behold, we have conceded the first goal. 18 minutes gone. And yeah, I mean, just not great, is it? But look, there's still time to turn it back. So I know the clicking noise is going to go on there for a few seconds while I get this. Yeah, so Castelletto has got the goal for the visitors. Yeah, so there you have it, folks. 1-0 after 18 minutes to the visitors. Again, undone by a set piece. And yeah, if I'm honest, really, you know, lessons still have to be learned from Palace at defending set pieces, because that was one of our major Achilles heel last season. It's just conceding sloppy goals from set pieces. Again, it was another one where, you know, arguably not much could be done, but at the same time, we know how poor we are at defending set pieces. So, you know, you could argue there should have been more to do with it. Amy Casatera, hello to you. Says Palace are already in the relic. I think she means relegation area, but we're in the regulation area, so I don't know. I'm assuming that's relegation, but Palace have a free kick, left-hand side of the box. Okay, I need to put my laptop on charge now. Okay, let me just get that sorted now. Sorry, folks, just bear with me here 1 sec. Okay. Okay, so here now we have Nantes down the other end of the pitch, looking to double their lead. And fair play to Daichi Kamada. There's two of them that have combined to stop what looked like a second potential goal for the visitors. It's so poor. You know, there's no other way around it. Palace are already in the regulation area, I think. Yeah, Amy, did you mean the opposition's area or the relegation zone? Because we're definitely not in the relegation zone. That's just yeah. Anyway, yeah, people. As I said, we're also obviously we're looking forward to next Sunday's game away at Brentford, live on Sky Sports. I'll be working, so I won't be able to do any watch along for it. I'm actually working. I'm working next Sunday, so I'll be following the game as I'm at work. Joe Mitchell, cricket noise is still on. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but again, there's not much I can do about that. I mean, I literally have to hold the back of my laptop to stop that noise, and I can't do that the whole time because it's not comfortable for me. So I'm doing my best. But yeah, there you go. See, it's gone now. So Chris Richards here on the ball. Daniel Munoz. Richards. Munoz. Kamada. Wharton. Oh, good pass, but not what we needed, to be honest. Need to be a bit more decisive in the final third there. Munoz has just about kept that alive, but Nantes have got the benefit of the throw. And that goal was so easy. That was so avoidable as well. Their goal from the set piece. You know, for me, I don't think that there was anything special in that move. But fair play to them. They punished us for not taking advantage of that opportunity by Eze earlier on in the game. I think it was like 7 or 8 minutes in, and we've been punished for it. And yeah, that's going to go straight over to Albin Lafont. Lafont quickly runs out and gathers, plays it out onto the right-hand side. How Palace did not get a tackle in there is criminal. So here they come now down the right-hand side, looking to get across into the box. And Dean Henderson has very little to worry about. But no one put a tackle in there. That, for me, is poor. I'm sorry. I think that was very poor by Palace. Munoz is here on the ball. And again, like, there's very few people offering up an opening here. It's not, for me, it's poor. But left-hand side of the pitch now, I think that's past the Tyreek Mitchell. Oh, and Palace have given it away so sloppily there. For me, that's so poor, people. I can't lie. Bloody hell, we're making a meal of this. Okay, Wharton on the ball. Over to Munoz. Oh, so sloppy from Palace, man. Blooming heck. All right, Wharton's back on the ball. Will Hughes. That's better. That's better. That's better. Ball across. Cleared. Strike from outside the box. Wide. Let me see if I can try and diminish that bloody noise. I hate this so much, man. It's so annoying. Bloody piece of crap, man. Okay. Oh, come on. I'm trying my best to get rid of that noise, folks, but it's not going to work. Palace on the attack here. Munoz. Ref, surely that's a free kick. That's criminal. No, that's got to be a free kick. How? Holy hell. He just crunched him out of it. Free kick was taken quickly. No, nobody there. You see what I mean? This is shocking. All right, Will Hughes, strike over the bar. Oh, my Lord. That's just... And Hughes knows it's poor because you can. I just seen his reaction. He's not impressed or happy either. Oh my gosh! Good play by Kamada and Munoz on the link up. But where was the where was everybody? Mitchell ball watching, man. He should have been way more switched on to get to that. Oh wow. Oh, well done, Wharton. Well done. Well done. Much better, Palace. Much better. Much better. Well in, Will Hughes. Well in. Excellent. Excellent. Great work, Palace. That's starting to annoy me that the screen keeps timing out. Folks, I am aware that noise is still going on in the background, but I'm trying my best to suppress it as much as I possibly can. So if you are hearing something clicking, trust me, I am aware of it. But again, I need to get this laptop looked at because I think something's been damaged on the laptop. I don't know what it is just yet. It's on the back of the laptop, so I'll have to get it looked at some point. Oh my gosh. It's not been a great first half from Palace, I'm not going to lie. We haven't remotely looked like scoring, apart from that early chance. Big up to Niall. How you doing, my friend? Now Kane is a Motherwell fan, for those of you who don't know. So obviously, Motherwell signed a player from us just recently. I believe it was it Kofi Balmer you lot signed from us, was it? Yeah, because I know that Malachi Boateng went to Hearts. So, okay, so it was Kofi Balmer. Okay, so I was paying attention on that one. Okay. But Kofi isn't getting a game yet for Motherwell. Okay. Oh, snap. We have a player down here. I don't know who it is just yet. It's not Will Hughes anyway, because I can see him over there. Is that Munoz? I think that's Danny Munoz that got taken out. Aye, these lot are rough, you know. I mean, I'm not expecting them to be ballerinas or anything, but like they like to put it on you. Pause. Now Kane, did Phillips go back to Aberdeen? I haven't seen anything to suggest that he has. But I can't see Killian Phillips making it at Palace, to be honest with you. I think he was very much just a player to develop. Nantes were looking for a handball there. I think they're just begging, they're just reaching for that, to be honest. Come on. Oh, you've got to be the first man to that. I mean, we may have got away with a handball there, but I don't think it was handball in my opinion. But now to answer your question, now Kane. Oh, sorry. In regards to Killian Phillips, I think a player like him, it's time for him to just say to himself that playing at Palace, it's not going to go well for him. He's too good to just sit in our reserves and not play. And Palace would do well to get a bit of money for him because, you know, if he was really ready for the Prem, he'd have featured he'd have featured for us in this preseason. But we haven't seen any of him. You know, We've seen the likes of Asher Agbenoni. We've seen Justin Devaney. You know, we've seen a few players from Copa's Cope from the academy break through, but Phillips, you know, there's been nothing. Oh, Kamada, chance. And that's a Palace corner. Again, folks, I am aware of that clicking sound on my laptop. I am very, very aware of that. But again, as I said, there's not much I can do, so you have to bear with me for that. I understand it's very annoying. I understand. Now, Kane here says, the team that the great late Salah played for before he sadly passed away. Yeah, of course, obviously, Nantes were the club that Emiliano Sala played for before he was meant to join Cardiff, and then obviously he tragically passed away in that horrible plane crash in the English Channel. So RIP to Emiliano Sala. Can we get some RIPs in the chat, please? Lewis Grabban is another one. Many years ago, as a young player, once went on loan to Motherwell. Yeah, Lewis Grabban. Yeah, we remember that. That was way back in the day. And Niall says, are you still based in Ireland or you're back in England? Nope, I'm still in Ireland, mate. I'm still in Dublin. I was in England for JC's wedding. So obviously I was over there for the wedding and that, because obviously I was in the wedding party. But that was probably my last trip to England this year. I'll probably come back in May of next year for the last game of the season, the last home game. Because obviously our final day of the season, we're away at Anfield. So mind you, a trip to Liverpool for me would be much easier than going to London, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, people, so just over half an hour gone. It is Crystal Palace 0, Nantes 1. Nantes scored from a corner where Palace, really defensively speaking, should have been doing better. But having said that, apart from a very good Eberechi Eze chance after a massive Alban Lafont fumble, Palace have had little to no impact on the proceedings. We haven't particularly played that well. I don't think we're playing badly, but I wouldn't say we've been at our best. I think we could easily have done a bit better in a lot of the chances that we have tried to create. We've lost the ball now as Nantes tried to look to take out the other end of the field. And yeah, we've given away a very soft free kick, which was relatively easily avoidable, but it is what it is. Bloody hell. There we go. Big up to Spiritual. He says, it sounds like we're not scoring anytime soon. Barring a miracle, I don't think so. I don't think so. We've not been great this first half. I'm not going to lie to you. And as I said, I don't think we've actually played that badly, but we just don't look like scoring at the minute. And, you know, I'd say it's much easier to get a feel if you're in the ground, which obviously I'm not. That's why I'm doing this watch along. But I know that Rich and JC are there. I'm not sure if Dan is there or Nicky's there for that matter, but I know that JC is there for a fact alongside the chairman. Chance here for Palace, and it's shot wide. And oh my God, that's not good by Eze. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. I don't really think there was much he could have done with it, but when you're literally straddling the penalty spot, you've got to be putting that away for me personally. Great ball played into him by Daniel Munoz, and he just shanks it completely wide. That's poor from Eze. We know he can do better than that, but it's not just him. You know, attacking-wise as a team, we have not been anywhere near good enough to punish this team because, let's be real, apart from their goal that they scored from the corner, they haven't been good either. These are two very, very average teams in this first half. It's not a classic. I can tell you that for a fact. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh, my Lord. And to think, some people are actually hell-bent that, you know, we don't need a striker. We need attacking reinforcements in this team. I'm sorry. People can say to me that Kamado is the answer, but he alone is not the answer. We need another striker because if Mateta gets injured, Eddie's not the answer. And Eddie's done well in pre-season, don't get me wrong. But if Celtic come knocking to take him, I'd be open to selling him. But as I say, that Palace now have the ball in a very good area, but they've somehow managed to give the ball away. Excuse me. Bloody hell, this is poor, man. This is poor. But here's one for you. because I know some people don't want to see the youngsters come through unless they're 100% ready. Would any of you take playing a couple of youngsters like the likes of Ashraf Benoni? Would you rather see him get minutes in the first team this season than go out and spend a bit of money on a striker? Because I don't know what the answer is, to be honest, because part of me says we should be spending the Elise money on a new striker. And part of me says we need to start bringing through some younger players, because if we develop younger players, it doesn't affect the 25-man squad. From what I recall, I don't think bringing through youngsters affects your 25-man squad. So I don't know. But me personally, we need to see some kind of resolution, because at the minute, this is just poor, man. I can't even lie. Let me not even lie. This is bad, man. Will Hughes here on the ball for Palace. Again, overplaying passes, and we give the ball away so cheaply. Adam Wharton here on the ball. Come on. Great play. Great play, but Seki is saying that Richards hasn't been convincing so far. I don't think any of them have, to be honest with you. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Seki. Richards has not had a great game so far. But yeah, I mean, you know, Daniel Munoz, he clearly wants his first goal for Palace, because obviously his arrival in January was a massive, massive boost to the team. But yeah, I agree with you. Richards has not been very good in this first half. Oh, Lord in heaven, what are we doing, man? And Seki says, I think we will see a reaction in the second half. I hope so. Palace are on the break here, though. Eze. Oh, my Lord in heaven. What on earth was that? Damn near just gifted them possession back of the ball. That's criminal. You can't be doing that when you're on a break like that. Nah, that's mad. Oh, wow. That's so poor, man. Well, yeah, Seki, to go back to your comment where you said that we should see a reaction in the second half. If anything, we should have seen a reaction once they scored. But we look just so blasé about being 1-0 down. And granted, it is a pre-season friendly. It's not like this has any bearing on where we are in the league come full time. But still, like last pre-season game before the season starts, you want to put on a performance at home, especially in front of what looks to be a quite fairly packed out Selhurst Park. But, you know, so far, and I'm going to be honest here, neither team has been great. Despite the scoreline, neither team has been great. We are going to miss Elise's quality massively. Definitely the more effective out of the pair in terms of Eze and Elise. Oh, no, 100%. 100%. But that's the point, is that knowing that you're going to lose Elise, that's the key for players like Eze to step up and say, yeah, I can be that guy. You know, and look, we know Eze is not as dynamic and as explosive as Elise, but when he turns it on, no Diddy, he turns it on. But so far, collectively as a team, it's not been great. Anderson giving away a needless free kick here. I think was it a mix of Anderson and Richards? Please don't tell me they're going to score from this as well. Oh my God. Because we just love conceding the set pieces, don't we? Okay. Ball in. And that's gone out for a goal kick. So nothing to worry about. I just want to see it. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Still clicking a little bit in the background, but why is my screen constantly timing out there? I hate when that happens. Munoz, Kamada. Come on. Numbers, people. We ain't going to score if we don't have numbers in the box, creating options, creating problems for them to work out on. Anderson. Chance. Come on. Oh, great defending. That's one Palace a corner, but that was good defending by their defender there. I think they're number 44. Because Edouard had a great chance to shoot, but the defender somehow got himself between man and the ball. Very good defending. Don't think Eddie could have done any better there, to be fair. But Palace have a corner. Come on, make this count, Palace. As bad as we are at set pieces, we need to be making set pieces count now. It's no longer Roy Hodgson settings. Corner into the box. Could go anywhere. Oh, man, it's so poor. So poor. Oh, my days. Kamada, Wharton. Come on, that's it. And again, we are not tightening up on those passes, because the second that know that we're not going to get the second man closer to his teammate, they just clear the ball. I mean, granted, they're not going to just give us free rein to shoot at them, of course, but like, well, we've won a throw-in anyway, so that's something to celebrate. I can't lie. This first half from Palace has been very, very poor. I mean, the goal was avoidable, but to be fair, it was well taken. And that's half time. Thank the Lord. I can actually take a break for 15 minutes. Half time, folks. Crystal Palace 0, FC Nantes 1. A goal in the 18th minute separates the two teams. After some very, very poor displays by Crystal Palace in that first half. Let me not even lie. It weren't great. You know, near enough for most of that first half. Palace were not at the races at all. But anyway, people, if you want to have your say, there's the link to join me in the watch along. I'm looking forward to hearing what other people have to say. Oh my Lord, it's not been a good first half by Palace. It needs to pick up in the second half. Don't get me wrong, it is only a pre-season game. If we lose, it's no big shake. It's no big indication on how we play as a team, because let's be clear, pre-season is literally just about fitness and getting minutes in the legs. But you know, last home game of the season, last game before the season starts, you'd want to see a bit of a turn up. But he's already made himself available backstage. Big up to the one and only Sean. What are you saying, my guy? You good?
Yeah, my brother. Why we trying to pass the ball to the net? I don't get it, bro.
Mate, all I can say is we could be there for 400 hours and we still won't score the way we're playing at the moment. It's not enjoyable.
It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
No, not at all. Sorry. Big up to MV. How are you? What's up? MV, you there? Okay. Clearly, they're not ready to talk. Sorry, Sean. Keep going, mate. Keep going.
Yeah,
You were
we're
saying,
playing
Sean?
excellent. We're playing excellent. I like how we're playing. We're playing aggressive. We want the ball more. You can see that we're ready for the season, but our finishing is poor. We need back Mateta. I'm not saying that Edward is a bad forward, but we all know Mateta is going to one time shot, one time shoot. He's on fire at the moment, and we need him back.
Yeah. Do you know what? To be fair to Eddie, he's actually not been that bad, but he's just had no service. That's the thing. Like, it's not a case of Eddie's been absolutely dreadful.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
just
He's not
the service
bad.
when when he's in those moments, he's not getting the service.
But now is in those moments to take those chances. Just like Eze, he needs to take those chances.
Yeah, facts, 100%. Sorry, I'm just having it. Oh, hang on,
But
sorry,
Kamada,
something's happened there.
yeah, don't worry about it. But Kamada though, he needs to, how to put it, he needs to work with Nunes more. He needs to move in those spaces, those pockets, those empty pockets that I see movements is like conquering most of the time to make those movements, to make those runs.
Yeah,
Behind
yeah,
the
100%. But you know what? This is where I was saying, yeah, I'm not saying Ismail Assar is the answer, because the Ismail Assar that I remember at Watford blew hot and cold, like a lot of players do. So I'm there thinking he could be an option, but when Ismail Assar blew hot, he blew hot. But when he went cold, he was cold. But in this game, you need someone like him to just run at the defense, because these aren't any great shakes, mate. They're not brilliant. They're not.
no,
Granted,
they're
we're
not.
not amazing ourselves, but like, this ain't PSG or Lyon or even Marseille. This is the Norwich of the French league. No disrespect. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like we're playing an absolutely monstrous French team. We're playing a team that occasionally gets into Europe, but they're not there to be like the mainstays. So I'm there thinking, okay, we haven't been great. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not kid ourselves here. We've been dreadful most of that first half, but they're not great shakes themselves, in my opinion. I don't think they're any better than us. And I'm looking at the goal and I'm saying, that was so easily avoidable. But then again, we don't do defending set pieces. Haven't done since Sam Allardyce left. Sean, you still there?
But we should not send him out or send him out on a loan. We do need that kid.
We sent who out on loan, sorry?
No, the Rakshaki. I think that he would
Wow.
develop in the class really good.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Raksaki play a part in the squad, but I think a loan might be best for him, because you're looking at a player like Raksaki now and you're saying it is, because because he's only had a loan at League One level, remember, and Prem and League One are lengths apart. Like, let's deep it. Like, Charlton fans were twerking, we helped him become the best player that you have. This, that, the other. I'm thinking, big man. Like, they have it. Like, he hasn't done it in the champ yet. If he does it in the champ, he's ready, because the championship is the closest step up to the Prem in England. And even then, the gap between the champ and the Prem gets bigger by the season. So it's hard to know, because I hear what you're saying. He should get a fair crack at the whip. But having said that, we've seen it before where a youngster has one good game, i.e. Brandon Pierrick, where he made one pass, he got a pre-assist to the assist, and everybody lost their minds. I was guilty of it myself at the time. I'm not even going to try and deny it. But the hype around some of the youngsters over the years, that's what's killed us. Because we've heard that Levi Lumeta. Huh?
But that's a different scenario. That's a different scenario, though. It's like last season, when we had Roy and Amada was playing excellent in the preseason, didn't get a run in. If I think that we should not block the pathway when it comes down to Raksaki. We should give him that run of form. How are we going to know
Yeah,
if he's not ready? If he's not ready for the
bro,
Premier
I,
League?
I hear you, but you got to remember the minute you hear the words Roy Hodgson and young player, they're an oxymoron. They don't go together.
I know, I
Like,
know.
you know
But
what I mean? Like remember, it was him that said, "I hope Brandon Pierrick thanks me for giving him his debut," because he was like, "This kid's nothing special," and he was right. I had like a lot of people bought into the hype of Pierrick, and I was one of them. And I remember looking back, going, "Actually, he was right. He really didn't do anything. It wasn't his fault."
Roy said a lot of stuff, man. Look at Max Meyer, for example. Roy said he was lazy. He was not good enough. I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
Roy
no, no,
said a lot
no.
of things.
No, I hear that. I hear that. But what I'm saying is that so many people have bought into the hype of Raksaki because there's a chance of him leaving the club on loan or even on a permanent. But people forget when he has played in the Prem, albeit it was only 3 appearances, like the game against Chelsea, Vieira's first game, he did nothing. And yes, people will say it's against Chelsea. That's Chelsea who weren't anything special.
But we don't beat Chelsea, though. To be fair, we don't. We just don't. Whether or not we
Yeah,
had
no.
better players,
Lately we don't, but in previous seasons we have done, and we had way worse players than we do now.
no, I'm not. I'm not. No. See, I'm not going to say those guys were worse players. I'm sorry. No.
So you're telling me you'd rather have Connor Wickham than Odsonne Edouard? We beat Chelsea with Connor Wickham in the team.
I Wickham
Bear in mind,
was
do you know what I mean? Like if you deep it, we've had worse players and beaten Chelsea because I don't put Wickham on the same level as Mateo or Edouard. I don't, because Wickham was a sick note in my opinion. But look,
but it was injury that messed up Wickham, though. Yeah, you have to give him that.
yeah, but again, like that's the thing that was a £9 million signing, nearly £10 million on him. You're thinking, bloody hell,
Well, he wasn't
he cost
bad.
he cost more than Elise, Sean.
But
And
come
that's
on.
what that was what.
But we got to bring in
money.
Benteke, for example. Look at Benteke. It was not bad, but it was piss poor. We paid a lot of money for him to come in, right?
100%. But Benteke in his first season was cold. It's after his first season he was absolute doo-doo, and I'm not going to dispute that.
So we got to give the players.
No, but look, if you had to push me towards what I'd take either Benteke or Wickham, I'm saying Benteke. He offered more to the team.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not slating Wickham to say he was crap, because he wasn't. He scored some pivotal goals for us when he was at the club. But the amount of time he spent on the treatment table, I said that's a waste of £9 million. The same with what's his face, Jordan Much, the pre-season Messi.
Hey! Do not bring Munch in this.
No, but you see what I'm saying. People will be twerking to see him start games, and then I look at the people going, "That guy's doo doo." No wonder QPR took $5 million off us and ran. You know what I mean? But just while I have you here, Seki says we need a left-footed player on the right. Not sure who though. Raksaki. Soleil looked class for Roma from the highlights going around the socials. Yeah, but highlights can sell you a player's great and then they're doo-doo. I mean, Max Meyer was a prime example of that because everybody was twerking. Oh, look, we signed a player that's a baller, this, that, the other. Yeah, Max Meyer was not the answer, but we got him on a free. It's not like we paid money for him. And then Seke says, Benteke was mismanaged by Roy. He never played to his strengths. We didn't cross at all. Very true. When you've got players like Townsend and Zaha and Bakary Saka at one point who are able to cross the ball and you don't cross the Benteke, of course Benteke is going to struggle. But then having said that, I remember that penalty against Bournemouth and I can't forgive Benteke for that because that was criminal. You don't do that. You don't do that.
No, but now we got a striker. We got a solid team. I really think that we should consider sending out Rasaki on the loan. I really think that we should consider it. That kid is going to be amazing. I'm telling you. On the glass net, that kid's going to strive.
Okay, so listen. So Seki says Mateta would have scored in relation to Eddie's chance. The difference between Eddie and JP is that Mateta just hits it. Eddie tries to line up the perfect shot and slows down with his touches. They're just different types of striker. That's the thing. They're not the same type of striker. And Sean has said that so many times before. And I'll freely admit, Sean, at times I didn't want to listen to you, but I've looked at it and I've said, Eddie's a technical striker. Mateta's an impact striker. Mateta reacts to the ball. Eddie wants the perfect shot lined up and he can slot it away. That's what he did at Celtic. That's what he did at PSG. So we've got a different type of striker in both scenarios. I know you've said that. That's why I'm giving you your flowers here, mate. But this I knew
that Mateta was the answer. I knew it. The height. Yeah. He just needed the confidence. He was lacking confidence.
The thing that's annoyed me here, right, is that I don't think we have a striker on the bench.
No.
And at the very least, Ashraf Benoni should have been put on the bench. No harm in it. No harm.
That was the kid that scored in the preseason, right?
Yeah, that's the kid who scored in America against Wolves.
For sure. And he's very versatile. He's really, really versatile. He's going to be a monster.
Yeah, and for the record, people, for anyone who thinks this is me taking shots at Glasner, I'm not. I'm just saying that because Mateta's literally just finished at the Olympics, me personally, I would have given an academy striker a bit of minutes in this game because there's no harm in it. If we lose, it's no biggie. It's only a preseason friendly. I don't take preseason that seriously. It's like, oh, we lost. Oh well, whatever.
I got one for you. Luke Blanche. I've been saying it from day one. People have been ignoring me. It's fine. And I mean, I said a lot of stuff. People ignore it. It's fine. But Luke Blanche, I've been keeping the tabs on that kid. He's going to be a monster when he comes back. I'm telling you.
So Seki says, does Kelechi Iheanacho have a club yet? I know the boys were talking about him in the group chat a couple of days ago, but I'm so busy at work I don't get time to check the group chat too much. But I don't think he has a team yet. Hang on, let me have a look.
I don't want him, bro. I know people don't want that kid, but
I'd take him, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'd take him.
No, he's gonna go in my game, and Mateta is the man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does have a club. He plays for Sevilla, Seki. He went to Sevilla on a free. I just checked it there, and he's joined Sevilla on a free. I would have taken him because obviously we know he's done it in the Prem. He scored his first goal against who? Against who? Who did he score against again? Mm-hmm. Streets don't forget. Streets don't forget. I remember he scored against us.
We did go for him. Didn't he reject us?
I don't even think we went in for him. That's the thing. I think we looked at it. I think the thing is, people are so hung up on Dougie knows best, right? Because Dougie's done brilliantly as a DOF. But some people are saying to themselves, but why aren't we going in for these free agent signings and this, that, the other? And I'm thinking, we got burnt with a free agent signing before in Max Meyer. Be careful. Don't think that because they're free, they're going to be a brilliant signing. Kamada's a free agent signing. We're yet to see what he can do.
He needs time in the Prem. He really needs time in the Prem.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Like some people are looking at it going, oh, but Dougie's done well with his signings. He has, but Max Meyer was a free signing, and that didn't quite work out the way people hoped.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but look, by no means was Max Meyer a bad player. Don't get me wrong, he wasn't. But he just never fitted Palace, and he never fitted the Prem.
No, but he would definitely fit on this Glasner team, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ, absolutely. Absolutely. But again, this is the thing, is that because we got him at the wrong time in our Premier League tenure, you're there thinking to yourself, boy, you know, could we have done with someone like this?
Sure.
But the players have just walked out, folks. So I don't know. Sean, you're more than welcome to stick around if you want, or you can jump off if you have to. But we're just about to get on the way.
I'm using my phone. My baby niece is using the laptop, so I'm using my phone to watch it. So I'm gonna come back after the match is finished and tell you if I win.
Yeah. Well, the link's there for you to jump on anyway. So just jump on as soon as you're ready, my guy. But people, second half's about to get started. Listen, Sean, nothing but love, my guy. Big up your damn self, and come on, Palace. Let's go. Always give it up to big up to Sean. Always representing Palace all the way up from sunny Jamaica. I know Jamaica had a horrible thing with the hurricane over there. So hopefully, Sean, I know you're still watching in summer. So I hope, you know, the family or your friends, they've been okay. Because I saw the devastation that hit the island, obviously. But look, the main thing is, people, is that Palace, we're underway here. We're going to be attacking the Holmesdale Road end this end of the half. For this half, sorry. But again, myself and Sean had a very, very encouraging discussion about what could be done, what should be done, what players to target. But yeah, I mean, look, that first half was not great to watch by any stretch of the imagination. And Palace, no, not quite. And I think they've just won a free kick from, I think it's a clashing of shins between Eddie and a defender. Eddie looks like he's had a bit of a nasty knocking. To be honest, there that don't look too good. He's on the floor. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. I hope that's not serious, because we don't need late in the day. Big up to Kenny, Bayern Munich fan. He's saying, "Morning, Nate." I don't know what time it is where you are, but good morning to you. If it's morning where you are, it's the afternoon here in the Republic of Ireland where I am. So, but good morning to you, Kenny. I hope you're well. Enjoy Michael Elise. He's a special talent. I'm sad to see him leave Palace, but I'm happy to see him further his career at a massive club like Bayern Munich. Obviously, he can't come to haunt us just yet. So hopefully, in the future, we might be in Europe, but I'm not getting ahead of myself. But yeah, listen, Kenny, big up to yourself for jumping on. It's great to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you have a good morning. Odson Edouard's just getting a little bit of treatment there by the Palace physio. Hopefully he's not too badly banged up, because that looked like a nasty clash of shins between himself and the defender. But yeah, people, look, as I said, I mean, look, it's frustrating because we know this Palace team is better than what the scoreline suggests, but that first half, we weren't clinical. We weren't punishing Nantes for some very, very lapsy-daisical defending. Alban Lafont had an absolute brain fart that we somehow didn't capitalize on very early on in the first half. And from a very, very poorly defended corner, they've punished us and they took the lead in the 80th minute, as it says down there. Just a little quick another comment from Kenny here. He said Elise had a good connection with Mateta at the Olympics. He had that connection with him at Palace as well, man. I tell you, to get Elise for 8 million and sell him on for the money we did, it's just proof that the model we've adopted is working. But obviously, we sell one player and half our fan base think we're getting relegated. I mean, for me, that's just crazy to have that mentality. But as I say, that Palace just about on the ball here, but it's kind of sloppy. Okay, no, we've managed to come away with the ball again, which is good. But yeah, obviously, I know Bayern didn't quite manage to get any silverware last season. People are saying it's the Kane curse, but do you think Elise, obviously with the talent he has, I mean, let's be fair, when he joined Palace, I was very excited to see him. But what's your expectation for Bayern this season, Kenny? I'm assuming you're a Bayern Munich fan, judging by your profile picture. But if I'm wrong, by all means, please correct me. Because, yeah, Elise is a special talent that you've got there at the Allianz this season. But, yeah, again, I'm not seeing an awful lot of urgency from Palace, and you'd swear they're 1-0 up. But, arguably, there's an opportunity. Hang on. Eze on the ball here. Oh, he did well initially, but there's no one there to kind of back him up. Kenny says, I can't believe it. We got him for 15 million euro less than Dominic Solanke. Yeah, but that's the English tax for you. Dominic Solanke is by no means, for me, a striker that should be going for the money that he did. But Bournemouth know if a Big Six team wants an English player, you can tax the hell out of them. That's why I hope Spurs come in for Eze, because if they do, we can say £70 million up front, please. Because then obviously that's a massive profit on a player we only signed for, I think, 16 million. So again, that just shows you how well the market can be manipulated if you're a so-called smaller club. But yeah, Kenny, what's your expectations for Bayern this season if you are a Bayern fan? I'm assuming you are, as I said earlier, from your profile picture. But if I'm not, by all means, please correct me. Because I think Bayern Bayern have to respond to letting Leverkusen win the league for the first time ever in their history. Bit of a sloppy bit of play there. Palace have to try and get something on this. Will Hughes doesn't time his tackle properly. And now Palace are going to have to do a bit of defending here. But Kenny says, I expect to win the Champions League, obviously. But realistically, we need to win the Bundesliga. Hopefully, Bayer Leverkusen don't have the greatest Bundesliga season of all time. Obviously, you know, big up to Bayer Leverkusen for what they did last season. It was great to see them achieve something that I don't think a lot. Oh, hang on. Good chance here for Palace. Come on. Oh, what on earth happened there? How did that break down so easily? That's so poor by Palace. No, they can't be begging for a free kick for that. Mitchell got the ball. Nah, you ain't begging for a free kick on that. That's crazy. Kamada gives the ball to Mitchell. Great play across, but can't quite manage to convert it. I think Eze was the nearest one to the ball. And again, Palace are trying to work it. But to be fair, I think we could have given away a free kick or two. So Palace now have to get men behind the ball. We're stretched defensively massively here. Oh, great save, Dean Henderson. Excellent. Saves well with his feet. But, yeah, look, you have to put Bayern Munich in the conversation to be up there for the UCL. I mean, obviously, you've got your Real Madrids, you know, the leading champs. You know, you've got your, your Man United. Well, I would say Man United historically, but obviously not this season coming. But you got to put Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Man City in that conversation. Maybe an Italian club if they get lucky enough. I mean, because Inter got to the final 2 years ago, but Inter were never beaten City in that final. Would have been great if they did, but nah, they weren't doing it. But yeah, no, Man United, my God in heaven, they're so bad. It's great, but they've done really well in the window so far. To be fair to them, so hopefully they take a bit of time to gel. But 52 minutes played, people. Still 1-0 to the visitors after an 18th minute goal from a very poorly defended set piece. Palace have had a few flashes at goal, but very little to show for it. And yeah, it's not been great. I'm not going to lie. It's left a lot to be desired in terms of our overall play, because you can see a lot of the fans in the stadium look very, very bored. I mean, you know, granted, look, Nantes are not going to let us play around them like they're not there. They're going to want to defend and put on a respectable performance. But come on, man, you're not that badly hurt, man. Bloody hell. Mate, no. He's going down way too soft there. Pause. Kenny here saying Lukaku played like Prime Maldini that game. I'm not going to lie. He actually did, to be fair. But obviously he didn't play that well for Inter. He was near enough Man City's 12th man, 13th man, if you will. But yeah. People, I'm going to be back in a minute. I just have to run to the toilets. I'll be back in a minute. And if anything happens, I'll be sure to update you. So just give me a sec there, folks. I'll be back in a second. Sorry, folks, and I'm back. Sorry for that. Just had to quickly go to the toilet. So yeah, look. Since I've left the stage briefly, Palace have made a sub. Daniel Munoz has come off for Nathaniel Klein. So obviously, Natty Klein has still got a part to play at Palace. I mean, obviously, he came in from Liverpool on a free a good few years ago, and has definitely shown that the player that we let go to Southampton is still there. Well, obviously, he's much older from when he left. But Palace on the ball here now. Will Hughes looking for, I believe, he's looking for Tyreek Mitchell, and he found him very well, actually, to be fair. Mark Gay now on the ball. Ball over towards the box. Eze, come on. Oh, no, it's offside. Sorry. Well, yeah, it was offside. I mean, oh, yeah, he's way offside. Yeah. That's a definite offside. Yeah, 100%. No issues with that. But yeah, people, what's your expectations for your club? Even if you're not a Crystal Palace fan, if you're watching this and you support another team, just let me know what you expect for your team this season. For me, I hope we finish anywhere between 8th and 10th. I think that'd be a good position for us. It's going to be very difficult to finish 8th in the Premier League, especially with the money that some of the clubs in Europe have. Obviously, you know, Newcastle, I think, are in Europe this season. I know Chelsea are in Europe this season. So, you know, there's a lot of competition to break into the higher ups of the top 10. Because let's be clear, even though we did finish 10th last season, we had a good run that, you know, then it definitely benefited us. Kenny here is asking me, did Palace get linked to Philip Kostic? We have seen links to Philip Kostic in regards to Crystal Palace, but how concrete they are, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Italian football as much as I used to, so I don't really, I can't really follow up and say that he's what we're looking for. But we are in need of cover for Tyreek Mitchell. I know that Glasner has tried to experiment with Franco Uma as a left wing back because Franco Uma's got an abundance of pace, and I think he's played there for the 21s. And obviously Franco Uma being a young Irish player, I'd love to see him break through and get himself, you know, a bit of first team minutes, because it would be great for him as a player to follow in the footsteps of other academy players that have broken through, like Tyreek Mitchell, like Zaha, like Klein, like Wan-Bissaka, even David Ozo, who of course is on loan at Derby County. And obviously he played, a lot of Derby County fans were excited to see him join them. So hopefully Ozo has a great loan spell at Derby County. Shout out to him. But yeah, man, nearly an hour gone. Still 1-0 to the visitors. This is not a classic that's going to be remembered unless Palace can turn it up. And Kenny here says that Philip Kostic was good at, I believe you're referring to Eintracht Frankfurt. Would I be right? Watch the Europa League highlights of Barcelona. Okay, so the SGE is Frankfurt. Watch the highlights of Barcelona versus Frankfurt a couple of years ago. I definitely will once the game is over. But it all depends on Dougie Freedman, because, you know, this man's eye for talent scouting is unbelievable. Because I'm not going to lie, when he first came back after that ill-fated betrayal when he went to Bolton in 2012, granted, he was much younger. He was much more naive at the time. He thought that Bolton would be a much better prospect to get back into the Prem because they'd only just been relegated from the Prem. But, you know, since Dougie Freedman's come back, I have to say he's impressed me with our recruitment, because to sell Elise for way more than we bought him for, when previously we'd buy a player for 9 million and let them go on a free, i.e. Connor Wickham, Jordan Much, £5 million spent, got nothing for him. But to be fair, if anybody had paid us money for Jordan Much, I would have laughed at them. Okay, Mitchell on the ball now for Palace. Turn home and get in, 1-0. Great finish there by Daichi Kamada. There you go, Palace. That's what you want to see. Great strike by the Japanese international. And Palace are level. That's what you want to see. And the man who came in on a free transfer from Lazio has his first goal in Palace colours. And what can I say, people? It's a massive result. Sorry, not result, but it's a very important goal that Daichi Kamada has just scored for Crystal Palace. It is Crystal Palace 1, FC Nantes won. Very, very important that we got that goal there. Great strike. Great play in the build-up as well. That's what you want to see more of. Good to see a bit more urgency by Crystal Palace in this half. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to... this again. I did so well to get it the first time. Just bear with me there, folks. I'm trying to just... Oh, come on. No. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it fixed. Okay, so Palace are making a rake of changes, and Palace's goal scorer makes way, as does Mark Gay, as does Eze, as does Adam Wharton. So I think I'm seeing Jordan Ayew coming on. I think I'm seeing, yeah, because Mitchell got the assist. I know that much. But yeah, that's a great strike from Daichi Kamada, right foot into the top of the net. No defender was getting near him. Sorry, Kenny, I have seen your comment here, and you've said Daichi Kamada was one of my favorites back at Eintracht Frankfurt. It was a very fun team with the likes of Mario Götze and Jasper Lindstrom. I hope I pronounced Mario Götze right, Kenny, because I know a lot of English people butcher German pronunciation. So if I have pronounced that correctly, please let me know, because, yeah, I don't want to embarrass myself on stream too much. But yeah, people, as it says there, Palace have equalised next to Daichi Kamada. Well taken goal. Tyrick Mitchell with the assist. But Palace have made a few changes, which is obviously... all right, just 1 second there. Oh snap! My stream's turned off. Just give me 1 second there, folks. Yeah. So sorry. So Palace have actually made a fair few changes. Schlupp, Chadi Riyad, Sheikh Decore, Jefferson Lerma, Jordan Ayew, and Ismail Sarr have all come on to replace Kamada, Wharton, Gay, Eze, Hughes, and Edouard. So Ismail Sarr, Palace's new number 7 after Michael Olise joined Bayern Munich. He has now entered the fray for Palace. So hopefully the Senegalese international can make a big impact for Palace in this second half after Kamada got Palace back into the game. And I can't lie. I mean, I need to see this again. I mean, I think he's overselling that, to be honest. I mean, yeah, they definitely made contact, but he's not that hurt. Oh, wow, that's poor. Come on, man. You're not that hurt, mate. Come on, stand up. But look, they've been given a free kick, and it was probably fair because I don't think Lerma got enough of the ball. I think he got a bit too much of the man. But yeah, Palace won. Not one great strike by Daichi Kamada after a great ball across the box by Tyrick Mitchell. And obviously, as I said earlier, the likes of Ismail Sarr, Jeff Schlupp, Jordan Ayew, Chadi Riyad, Sheikh Decore, Jefferson Lerma, they've all been brought on. So, Glasner's clearly decided to, rotate the team a bit, give Ismail Sarr his first bow as a Palace player at Selhurst Park, because he would have been booed when he was at Watford, because obviously we've got a bit of a mixed relationship with Watford as a fan base. Some of our fans don't care for them. Some of our fans don't like them. Me, I kind of don't really care about them too much. I think they're a bit of a nothing club, to be honest with you. But Ismail Sarr, obviously a player that Dougie Freeman's worked very hard to bring to Crystal Palace. Oh, gosh, what was that noise? Oh, wow, what was that noise? Oh, wow, there was a noise there just a second ago. I don't even know what it was. That was odd. Okay. I don't know what the hell happened there, folks. But anyway, 14 of you watching this watch along. I'm sorry that it's not the most entertaining of watch alongs, but I'm doing the best I can on my ones. I know that The rest of the guys are probably at the game. Sorry, Kenny here says Kamada has to be one of your biggest free agency acquisitions in recent times, right? Yeah, I would say so. I think Kamada would be fairly higher than Max Meyer in terms of the pedigree of player brought in, because Max Meyer at Schalke, he'd fallen massively out of favor with the hierarchy at Schalke. I think he badmouthed a lot of the higher ups at Schalke, and that kind of peed off a lot of people. And of course, some people would have viewed that in a very negative light, particularly in relation to as a player, he probably could have just held his tongue a bit more and been a bit more respectful, because obviously Schalke developed him as a player from the academy. Kenny says that Kamada had a 25 GA season a couple of years ago. Oh, did he? Oh, right. Okay. Again, I don't watch German football. My little brother Nicky is a Borussia Dortmund fan, so he'd probably be able to know a bit more about Kamada when he's seen him play against Dortmund. But okay. Big up to David Holden. He says, "Will Palace win this?" I hope so. I sincerely hope so, but I'm not counting my chickens. I'm not necessarily going to expect us to win if we're not playing well enough to do so. But I would imagine Glasner will want to win this game to wrap up pre-season and give the fans something to look forward to ahead of the game against Brentford next Sunday. Obviously, it's live on Sky Sports. I know a lot of people will be asking us, are Eagle-Eyed Football doing watch-alongs for certain games? I don't think we will. It's not been ruled out, but every time we've done a watch-along, we haven't won, which doesn't bode well here either, to be fair. But, the only times that we have done well on a watch-along, I think, was the FA Cup the FA Cup in the derby against Millwall. But that was fun, man. That was so much fun that day. Jefferson Lerma, he just didn't get the connection to that ball he needed. And Norton's just going to try and fizz this game out here. That's it. That's better, Palace. That's better. Schlupp on the ball now. Anderson tried to give him an option. I'm nearly sure there's Jordan Ayew there. That's come to Sheikh Decore. Great to see him back in the team, by the way. I love Sheikh Decore. I think he's a great player. We definitely missed him towards the end of last season until, obviously, once he got that nasty injury. We've got a chance. Okay, a little bit too slow for my liking, but we have got Chadi Riyad on the ball. As far as Tyrick Mitchell, Jefferson Lerma, and he's just ballooned that into the back of the Homesdale. I mean, that'll give the fans something to laugh about, but yeah, he was never scoring that. And you could see it in his face. He's like, why did I do that? That was silly. But yeah, Kenny, Kamada is probably a bit of a higher step up than Max Meyer. Obviously, Max Meyer was brought in from Schalke, and we had that cringeworthy tagline of the Meyer of London. Yeah, that was a different time for Palace. But big up to Kevin Benson all the way from New Zealand. It must be crazy late there where you are, Kevin. But big up to you for tuning into Eagle-Eyed Football for the watch-along. He says, this is the best Palace bench for so long. For what we have available, I would agree. But I think a fully fit, full-strength Palace squad, we definitely have stronger options that we could definitely have if the Olympics weren't happening. Because ideally, you'd want to swap out Edouard for Mateta, or swap out Mateta for Edouard if Mateta was already bagging a few goals. But obviously, he's just finished from playing at the Olympics with France, where obviously he won the silver medal. They lost to Spain, if I'm not mistaken. I don't watch the Olympics, so I don't know. I've had no interest in the Olympics since it started, really. But big up to you, Kevin, watching all the way from New Zealand. It must be absolutely crazy the time over there. It must be well into the early hours of the morning, considering that you're around 12 hours ahead of me here, and it's 4:30 in the day here in Ireland. 20 minutes left to go. Not an awful lot to talk about really in this game. Neither side really looks like they want to press for that winner Obviously, Palace have done really well to get back into the game on the hour mark through a great bit of play by Tyrick Mitchell to find Aichi Kamada. But yeah, do you know what, people? And I haven't been able to say this that much because I haven't been involved with the channel that much because I'm working so much when we're doing streams, and that is, I'm not that beat up about losing Sessegnon. I know a lot of people were saying we should be in for him. He was training with us and everything. If Glasner, as JC said on a stream, if Glasner didn't rate him, then yeah, we don't need him. And if it gives Franco Uma a pathway into the first team, then I'm all for it, because I think Franco Uma deserves his opportunity. You know, we've prided ourselves on developing young players in the past. We should try and stick to it as much as possible. Granted, in the Premier League, you're not given that luxury. Okay, yeah, Dean Henderson grabbed that very comfortably, so nothing to panic about there. But yeah, people, just under 20 minutes to go now. Can't really say that either side have been particularly amazing in this game, to be perfectly truthful. But then again, it is pre-season. You don't need to expect the world, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, it's. I mean, we've all seen worse performances with Palace in pre-season. I mean, there was that horror show a good few years ago under Pardew, where right, it's 3:30 on Monday. Wow, that's late. Bloody hell, mate! Fair play to you for waking up this early to watch Palace, because I definitely wouldn't do that. But no, 100%, Kevin, 100%. Big up to you all the way to New Zealand. I mean, nah. Could never be me getting up at 3:30 in the morning to watch Palace. No way in hell. But yeah, folks, look, as I say, it's interesting to see, what team does Glasner go with next Sunday. Obviously, Mateta should be probably not guaranteed to start, but I think we may need to give him a bit more rest before we bring him back into the fray. But yeah, I think 1-1 really kind of. I think 1-1 is kind of preferred by both teams at the minute. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, sorry, folks. My apologies. I think Nantes are looking to make a substitution at some point, so we may see some change off their bench at some stage. But at the moment, there doesn't appear to be much of anything going on. So it looks to me as if, and it's been said on the website, because I just briefly checked it there, that IU is playing down the middle to act as the striker. Sar's on the right, which Schlupp on the left, which I'm not mad about, because I know that Ismail Sarr, he's a player that can be absolutely devastating on the wing and up front. So it does give us a bit of versatility and a bit of variation. But it looks like Nantes have a player down here who's holding his shin. So he may have taken a bit of a smack. So hopefully he's okay. Because, as much as you don't like seeing other teams' players on the deck, it looks like he's in a bit of discomfort here. But yeah, people, it's since the Palace equalizer, there's been nothing really to report on, to be honest, apart from the substitutions that were made. Just a replay here between Mitchell and. I don't think there's a lot in that, I mean, yeah, there's a bit of a coming together, but I think Mitchell just muscles him off the ball. So I don't really think there's anything really that bad in that. For Marcus Coco to be acting like he'd been hit with a steel pole, but okay, so yeah, Nantes are making a raft of changes here to probably freshen up the team. Oh my God! Sorry, folks. It's been a long 4 days at work, so I think it's probably catching up on me. Yeah, Nantes are making a raft of changes now just to freshen up the team and probably try and get a bit of a sting in the tail, try and maybe cause a problem here for Palace, because neither side looks like they want to win this, to be honest. It's not been a pre-season classic, but when is pre-season ever really a classic? I know I'm hitting off the cliches a bit too hard, but It is what it is. I thought that was Danny Mills there for a second, who just came on for Nantes. I said, bloody hell, when did he come out of retirement? But it's not him. It's a different player. That's how I'm showing my age there when I mentioned Danny Mills. Sorry, one sec. Just need to just quickly clear something here. Kevin Brown. Palace have just signed their first ever Kiwi, Fayek. Is that for the women's team, Kevin? Because I remember seeing that the club had signed someone yesterday for the women's team. Is that who you're referring to, or is that an academy player? Because I don't recall anyone by that name. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Sorry, you meant as far as I know with that acronym. Oh, I thought the player's name was Afaic. Okay. Sorry, I completely spazzed out on that one. That's embarrassing. Okay, so Palace have signed their first. Oh, so it was a women's player. Okay. Spiritual says, how is Ismail Assar doing? I haven't seen much of him on the ball, to be honest. I haven't seen much of him on the ball, so I can't really say I can't really say that he's had that much of an impact, but yeah, I haven't seen an awful lot of Ismail Assar, to be honest with you, Spiritual. And just get back to Kevin's point. Oh, you meant oh gosh, what's her name? India Page Riley. That's the one. Sorry, because I thought I thought that meant the last player's last name was Faic, but then I realized, oh snap, he means as far as I know. Yeah, I saw that she'd signed, so it's good that the Palace women's team is getting players in ahead of the WSL season, because obviously they won promotion last season, winning the league. And, hopefully they do well, because we don't want to do what Bristol City did and win promotion and get relegated straight back to the women's championship, because that would be really, really disappointing. Palace have a free kick here, just on the right-hand side, on the corner, just close to the main stand and the Holmesdale Road end. Obviously, it's been confirmed that work's starting on the main stand, I think, the end of this season, although they're doing preliminary works at the minute to prep for the main stand's redevelopment. So maybe from a set piece, we might be able to see a Palace goal, but I'm not counting my chickens just yet. Jordan, are you standing over it? Ball into the box. It's not particularly the best of crosses from Ayew, to be fair. But Palace have got to do something here in terms of getting this into the... And somehow Palace have managed to lose the ball from a very, very, very good position in their half of the pitch. But yeah, I never clocked that you meant as far as I know until I read it back. So sorry about that. That was... Oh, gosh. That's a blooper. Anyway, we move. Crystal Palace 1, Nantes 1. Castelletto in the 18th minute and Daichi Kamada on the hour mark for Crystal Palace, drawing us level. Good interception there by... Who's that, sorry? Oh, Chadi Riyad. Okay, that's Chadi Riyad there. Okay. Nantes are trying to go a bit Stoke City here with the hoofing the long ball up. I think Anderson's just won a free kick for a foul, which Palace really should be using to get the ball up quickly into their third of the pitch. But it's Jorgensen now on the ball for Palace. If he could ping a diagonal, that would be crucial here. Because when he does ping diagonals, they tend to be very, very effective for Palace, as we've seen him do it in the past. Shadi Riyad. He's asking an awful lot of schlupp there. And that's afforded a goal kick to FC Nantes. Realistically, you'd need someone like Ismail Sarr down that left-hand side to chase that down, because the defender would never catch Sarr. Schlupp's quick, but he's nowhere near as quick as Sarr. Sarr's rapid quick. Because I remember he had us tormented when he used to play for Watford, particularly when he'd go up against the likes of Joel Ward. Oh, gosh. Even just thinking about it makes me upset. But yeah, people, just under 10 minutes to go, with the exception of stoppage time. 1-1. And Chris Richards is down on the ground. I think he's looking for some treatment, probably trying to eat up some time to stop Nantes trying to pull a fast one. But yeah, people, look, so far, you know what? It's not been a bad game, in fairness, but if both teams could actually finish their dinner, this would be a much more close game. But at the moment, we've managed to get ourselves back into it, despite the fact that our finishing today has left a lot to be desired. Defensively, from the set piece for their goal, we should be doing better. Gifting a man acres of space in the middle of the box is criminal. It's one thing that's been our Achilles heel for a long time. But, folks, the chat's gone a bit too quiet for my liking. So, look, people, just let me know what you're thinking so far, because I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. But at the minute, you know, this is just this game is going through the motions, really, in my opinion, which isn't a bad thing. But, you know, I was hoping for a bit more excitement than this. Okay, so Joel Ward is actually being made ready to replace Chris Richards here. So hopefully this is being done as a precaution and it's not going to affect the selection at Brentford, because I don't think Joel Ward will be a bad option, but I'd rather have Chris Richards playing for us at Brentford than Joel Ward. If you had to make me pick the starting 11 in terms of the defence, I'd rather see Richards there instead of Ward. But, you know, Ward's been a very loyal and very faithful and devoted servant to Palace, so I'm not going to knock him for how great he's been for us. Okay, I like the intensity from Ayew, but gifting them a throw-in wasn't exactly what we would have hoped for, but it is what it is. Cleared up field by Alban Lafont, and that's going to go out for a throw-in to the opposition. So, people, what are your predictions for next Sunday's game away at Brentford? Because I'm saying 2-1 Palace. Now, I know this game usually ends in a draw at Brentford, so I wouldn't be shocked if this finishes 1-1 or 0-0. But I think we need to just get the 3 points against Brentford and keep it moving. But Kevin, thank you for commenting again. He says, we need some intense shooting practice this week. 100%. You're dead right. Because our finishing today has been very, very subpar, very poor. There's an argument that everyone's trying not to get themselves injured ahead of next Sunday's opener. Because obviously, you know, everybody will want to play their part in the game at Brentford. But, yeah, you know what, folks? I can't lie. I think a draw is a very credible result because, you know, I know I said at halftime that Nantes are nobodies, and I don't mean to sound like Ty from AFTV when I say that, but to be fair to them, you know, they're very, very well organised defensively. And they have got players up front that can absolutely punish you if you're not careful. So I don't in any way think that Nantes are like, you know, relegation fodder in France, because they're usually, you know, talking higher up in the Ligue 1 table in France. But you know, and look, let's be clear, we finished 10th purely because other teams around us made a hash of it towards the end of the season, and we just capitalized on that. But this season now, for me, in my opinion, we need to see Palace really go for it. And I know we don't normally do that, but for me, a cup has to be a priority. You know, go for the League Cup. Why not? Why not? Give me the League Cup and I'd be happy. I don't normally care for the League Cup, but under someone like Glasner, who has got a pedigree of winning trophies and a pedigree of turning a team into believers and winners, yeah, I'd say go for the League Cup. It's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, oh, okay. Come on, quick. Nah, you're never going to get that one. Nah, never going to get there. The hold-up play was impressive by Ayew there. He really did well to get there. Spiritual says the FA Cup is on the table too. Yeah, it is, but I think the FA Cup's a lot harder to win because obviously you start in the second round in the League Cup if you're not in Europe as a Prem team. So, you know, you do get a round head start from the teams that are in Europe, whereas the FA Cup, every Prem team and every Championship team starts in round 3. So, you know, for me, the League Cup has to be a target that we can say, okay, even if we don't win it, I just want to go deep into the competition. Pause just in case. But I'd like to see us, you know, target the League Cup this season because if we win the League Cup, it's the first major trophy that we would have won. And obviously, I'd give anything to be there at Wembley for the day itself, but I'm not going to count my chickens because obviously, you know, nothing is a given, especially when it comes to Crystal Palace. But yeah, Spiritual, I hear you. The FA Cup is definitely on the table as well, but I think it's much harder to win. Kevin Benson, has said we just have to be lucky with injuries. The last few seasons have been diabolical. Facts, 100%. I would agree with you. Particularly, we've had key players getting injured in stupid moments against stupid opposition that we should never be playing these players in. And that isn't me thinking that we should be smashing teams from League One and League Two with our reserves because that arrogance backfires on you horribly. But when you're seeing some of the injuries we've been picking up, you know, at that end of the season, it's crazy. And Spiritual says, but we do seem to make it far in the FA Cup. Yeah, we do. Obviously, we got to the quarterfinals in 2018-19, lost to Watford. Semi-finals 2022, lost to Chelsea. 2016, of course, lost to United in the final. Still not over that one, but I've accepted that on the day we just didn't do enough. We got screwed over by Clattenburg. I'm still holding on to that no matter what. That will never change. We got screwed over by Clattenburg big time. But that being said, you know, the opportunity was there to go and see that game off, and Pardew got cocky and arrogant, and it cost us. So, yeah, we are, give or take, I'd say 3 to 4 minutes away from the full-time whistle here. Maybe even less, because there hasn't been an awful lot of stoppages in this game, to be honest with you. But I would give anything for a Palace winner right now because it would just really improve. It would really give the fans something to be buzzing over because, let's be real, pre-season games don't matter in any way, shape or form. So a draw would never be a bad result in my eyes. But, you know, you want to win your last game before the season starts, don't you? You know, it's a nice feeling when you can win. If we don't win, you know, it's no big panic. I don't like that yellow kit, though, by the way. The yellow kit is absolutely horrible. That yellow kit is absolutely dreadful. Chaddy Riyadh. Go on, Chaddy. Go on. That's it. I can't convince myself to spend money on that yellow kit. I think if I did, I'd actually have to get my wallet sectioned because, that Eagle yellow kit is absolutely rancid, in my opinion. I think it's worse than some of the other kits we've had over the years. I'm not going to lie. I was looking for a handball there. I think he's reaching for it personally in terms of looking for a penalty. I think he's reaching for a penalty more than anything. I'm surprised that we're not trying to get Ismail Sarr involved, you know. Oh, gosh, Decore, what was that? That's so careless. And there we have it, folks. It is full time at Selhurst Park. It has finished. Crystal Palace 1, FC Nantes 1. Not a classic, but in the end, pre-season has been very, very encouraging from a lot of standpoints. We've seen some of the new signings get a lot of minutes, bed themselves into the way that we play at Crystal Palace under Oliver Glasner. But it has finished. Crystal Palace 1, Nantes 1. We're getting a replay of the FC Nantes goal here. Again, defensively, it wasn't great. Let's be real. But that's it, people. It's finished. It's finished. Crystal Palace 1, Nantes 1. I'm just going to wait for Sean to jump on because I know he wants to have a chat with me before, just after the full-time whistle. So, Sean, whenever you're ready, by all means, jump on, mate. I'm going to once again highlight the link for any of you to jump on and have your say if you wish. There it is there. Okay, it's on the screen now for you. There's another comment here somewhere. Yeah, there's Sean there. He says, that was boring. Brother, can't even lie to you. It's dreadful. I would never pay money for it. I'm not going to lie. Kevin Benson says, the yellow kit sucks, but thanks for the stream. Hey, listen, big up yourself, Kevin, for staying up so late at night in New Zealand. Man, get yourself to bed. Enjoy yourself, and we'll see you again for the match reaction against Brentford. And without any further ado, all the way from Jamaica, Sean, big up, my guy. That was horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah. The second half was terrible, man. I'm sorry. I know people been hyping up Saw and stuff, bro. This is what I'm talking about. I know people are gonna probably disagree with me, but yeah, we really do not need to send a rucksack, man. I'm telling you, man. We're gonna feel it in the coming season ahead. Trust me. Saw is not the answer, man. He's not the answer. And
do you know what? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you in that people are overhyping signing Saar too much, right? I hear you. But I think wait till we see him in the league before people start, talking that he's not the guy, we shouldn't have signed him, waste the money. And I'm not saying you're saying that, but yes, he came on with about just after we scored, and he didn't really have much of an impact on the game. But let's be real, we haven't seen enough of him to say, why have we spent money on him like this? Bear in mind, he's taken the number 7 shirt since Elise left, and everybody can look at him and go, well, you've taken Elise's numbers. You have to. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are going to look at it and go, but you've got Elise's number, so you have to be good at him. I said, no, they're two different types of players. Elise's trickery and skill. Saar is pace and just ruthless finishing. That's the big difference between them. Is Saar plays as a striker, but with a winger's profile. But just quickly, I'm going to say hello to Tim, all the way to the USA. He says, it was a decent run out. Mitchell was my man of the match at the Palace. Sure. Do you know what? Big up Mitchell, That ball for Kamada's goal was a great ball across. So, yeah, I would agree with that, Tim. I think you're dead on with Mitchell being my man of the match. But make sure you stick around for the fan cams because I know that the boys are down there at Selhurst Park doing the fan cams. But I wonder where we're going to do our fan cams when the main stand's being rebuilt. I may have to have a chat with the boys about that. Anyway, sorry, Sean, I didn't mean to cut you. You carry on what you were going to say.
That's good, bro. Oh my God, I lost in thought. All right. Are you and Shuck? You
were saying that Saar weren't the guy. He weren't it in this game.
Yeah,
Which, to be fair, I don't think. Do you know what? I don't think he saw much of the ball, to be honest. So it's kind of, I see where you're going with it, but for me, I'd say he kind of didn't have much of a chance, really. Because if the play was going through him and he's doing nothing with it, then yeah, that's a totally valid statement. Pace, but I'm there thinking,
if he got the pace, he needs to take on players. That's what we want to see. That's why we purchased it, to take on players.
Yeah, but
at Watford.
I hear that, but you got to remember where was most of our play going down in the second half, the left-hand side,
down the left, yeah, for sure. But
so I see what you're saying, but you got to remember if Saar's playing out on the right, and do you know what? It may be a case of they're just not used to him yet. I think the team aren't used to him just yet because he's only just come in literally a couple of days ago. So it might be a case of, do you know what? We don't know. They're not very tight knit with him yet. He's only just come in
Well, I'm going to
Whereas
watch him
when it was,
as the
I tell
season progresses
you what,
on.
yeah. No, listen, I always give new players time to bed in. I mean, I never expected Michael Elise to be world class when he first joined from Reading. I says, no. He's only a young kid, never played in the Prem. Give him some time. He'll come good, and eventually, the £8 million we got him for will look like a steal. And I was right. And JC said the same. Rich said the same. We were saying the same at the same time. Ismail Sarr, of course, he's Premier League proven. He's at the peak of his powers. So we need to see him hit the ground running as soon as possible. Do I expect it for Brentford if he starts? Probably not. But that being said, we know when he's on it, he's on it. So hopefully he's on it next Sunday where he can rush up Brentford because we need to be beating them.
For sure.
Yeah,
at least I'm expecting a 3-0 win. I'm telling you, I'm expecting that.
I think
overall we play good.
Go ahead.
Overall,
what were you saying?
Overall, we play good. We play fantastic. We create a lot of chances. I'm telling you, we create a lot of chances. I just have a feeling that Glasner tell the players that don't to give away too much of the tactic. Probably you just tell them to just express themselves and just enjoy the game. But Brentford for sure, I think all of us is going to be surprised. All of us.
Yeah, 100%. Folks, remember, if you want to jump on and have your say, the link is there right now on the screen. But Sean, seeing as I have you with me, because obviously I did this on my ones because everyone else was too busy to do a watch along. And I know that some of them are there at the game. Let's do some player ratings purely just so that we can keep the stream going a little bit longer. So I'll give you Dean Henderson. What would you give him in terms of his overall performance today?
He was excellent. He couldn't have done. No keeper could have done nothing about that goal, but he was excellent. His distribution was fantastic. The thing that I like about him now that Sam Johnson don't do. I know people rate Sam Johnson over him, but Dean Henderson is my keeper. He controls the 6-yard box. He comes for almost every corner. He has been doing brilliant. He's been doing brilliant. Didn't you see the pass that he gave to Ayu?
I saw that.
Brilliant.
I saw that. That was cold.
And trust me, if we got Anderson, Dean Anderson, Wharton, stringing those passes, trust me, we're going to be a force to be reckoned. I give him I know he conceded one, but I still give him an 8.
Okay, you give him an 8, no problem. So I'm going to go for Daniel Munoz because obviously he played around 55 minutes. He did very well to get the ball to Eze for that Eze chance that Eze fluffed, and how he didn't score there is beyond me. I mean, granted to the defender, it was a very good block to stop Eze scoring, but for me, Eze should be finishing his dinner there. But Munoz's overall output, both attacking and defensively, I don't think he put a foot wrong. I don't recall him putting a foot wrong, so I'll have to give him a 9. I'll give you, let's see, Chris Richards.
I think he's the man for the defender. Hear me out. I know that Mark Gurhey and Yoki Madison is the top defender, but Richard is special. He's really, really special. He plays defensive midfield. He plays right back. He plays right center back. He plays left center back. He can play centrally. He's really versatile. We got a gem on our hands. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with this season.
100%.
For sure. I out of all the players that played today, I give him a full 10. He was excellent.
Okay.
Yeah. If you, I was watching the old game.
Okay. I was watching the whole game too.
Yeah. I know. I was watching him specifically. I was watching. I know Chadri had breathing down his neck for sure. You know what I mean? But he out of all 3 defenders, he was brilliant.
Okay. I'm gonna because I want to get these player ratings done as quickly as I can. So I'll take Joachim Anderson. Kind of fumbled slightly, but not in a devastating Crawley Town fumble because that was comical. That was Benny Hill level comical. But for the most part, he dealt with everything really. Like even when he did put a foot wrong, it wasn't like, oh God, he's had another howler. You're just thinking, bloody hell, how do you get beat there? But like anytime he needed to put a tackle in, he got a tackle in. Anytime he had to actually clear the ball, he had the ball cleared. And he was marshalling that defense. He was marshalling that defense very effectively. So for me, I'd say an 8. But moving on, we're going to say Mark Gay. So what would you give Mark Gay?
Nothing to really say about it. He's the club. He's the club captain. I give him a 7.
Okay. Well, no, Anderson's captain, but anyway, we'll keep it moving. Let's see. Tyrick Mitchell got the assist for the goal. Great play on the left-hand side to whip the ball across. I mean, let's be fair. That's what Mitchell should be doing as a fullback and as a wingback now, obviously. Yeah. I mean, for me personally, he's my man of the match. I know Richard said it's Hughes, so I'm not going to, so big up to Richard. Obviously big up to Nicky as well. They're still at the ground. They're watching the training match. Richard says that, Hughes is his man of the match. I'm going to give Mitchell a 9. Moving on, I'm going to give you Adam Wharton, Sean.
Next season, we're not keeping him. You know that, right?
Look. The thing is with us, we don't have to sell our key players. Bear that in mind. We don't have to sell. If we need to sell in order to not only keep PSR off our back, but we're able to get a replacement in, I'm cool with selling. I don't care.
I got a question for you. How much would you sell him for?
In the current market, if he has a strong season with no injuries, anything under 60 million is just unacceptable. But that's only if we have him the whole season with no injuries. So what would you give Adam Wharton?
I'll give him a 6.
Okay. Okay. Sheikh Decore. No, he came on in the second half. Will Hughes started with him. Will Hughes. I mean, see, he's a funny one because there's times where he's absolute doo-doo and you're like, oh my God, he's tragic. And then there's times where he's just a little terrier and he's just absolutely bodying man in the midfield. And today he had a bit of both. There were times where he was like, is he on the pitch? Have you seen him? Did he go missing? And then there are times you see him and he's just clarting someone off the pitch. I says, okay, there he is. Now I see him. So, you know what I mean? Like, let's see. I'll give Hughes a 7. I don't think he was amazing, but I think if I go any higher than a 7, I'm smoking Bush. So yeah, I'd say 7 Hughes. Let's see. Who else have we got here? Eze. Eze. We'll start with Eze first.
Eze? Okay. I'll give him an 8.5.
The match is Pomada. Colin Waterman, big up to you, Colin. He says Wharton is worth £100 million already and rising. No one will pay that next season. You say that, but a good season, and he's still in the England setup. If he scores
at least 5 to 10 goals.
No. Never mind goals. There's another solid season where he's bodying the big guns in the Prem.
150 million pounds. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't go that far, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if he has a solid season where the big teams are getting bodied by him, they're going to come knocking. And if they do come knocking,
bidding war. That's the reason why I said it. A bidding war would be like for sure.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly move on to Kevin's comment here, and then we'll move on to the next one. My son nearly peed his pants when he saw the Anderson blooper versus Crawley. Colin says, sorry, no one in the Prem will pay that, Nate. You never know. You never know. I mean, look, if Jack Grealish can go for 100 million, anything's possible because Grealish weren't a £100 million player. Villa pulled his pants down.
Mark Resco for 100 million as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. So where were we? I just said Will Hughes. So I gave you Eze. So what would you give for Eze? Sorry, Sean. I'm just trying to remember where we were before.
8.5.
8.5. Okay. Okay. I'll take Odson Edouard. Should have scored, but to be fair, as we said earlier, the difference between him and Mateta is Mateta's a practical striker. Eddie's a technical striker. 6.5. Not he wasn't great. So if I go any higher than a 6.5, I'm being generous. But I'll give you Kamada, Spawn. Daichi Kamada.
The MVP, huh? I think he was really quiet in the match up until that goal. He wasn't. His movements was really bad, and I think he just needs some more time with the team. Maybe he needs some more time with the team. I would give him a sort of goal. I'd give him a 8.
Okay, so we'll get quickly over to the subs. Natty Klein, what number you say? Just give me a number. We won't go into an explanation. So Natty Klein,
5.
Okay. Shet Decore, 6. Jordan Ayew,
7.
Jeffrey Schlupp, I'm saying 6. Ismail Assar.
Oh damn. As you say, I'm gonna give him a 5. I'm just gonna give him some more time to see what he's all about. I'll give him a 5.
Okay, Jefferson Lerma, I'm saying 6. He got involved in the midfield a bit, so he did a little bit.
I see the crunching. I wonder if he's going to be okay.
Yeah. And I think was it Joel Ward was the other sub. Hang on,
Joel.
let me just. Yeah, so Joel Ward. So what would you give for Joel Ward there, Sean? Before we wrap up.
5. He didn't have not much to do, so 5.
Yeah, because Ward was the last sub on. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So just before I go, I do want to read Colin's next comment here. He says, we definitely need another striker. Edward just not cutting it. He didn't seem like we had a striker on. You see a huge difference when Mateta is not in the side. The thing is that I see what you're saying, Colin, but arguably keeping someone like Eddie off the bench when Mateta's blown out, because Mateta does blow out quite often, I'm not against it. If a bid comes in for Eddie and it's respectable, yeah, sure. But what striker would you want us to sign, though? Because strikers are the hardest player to acquire in any squad, because nobody wants to let go of a goal scorer. So if you're going to get a striker, it has to be a striker that either wants to move or isn't needed at his club. And they're not easy to come across. But look, if you have any names, Colin, by all means, drop them in the comments. Kevin says Kamada and Daniel Munoz could be lethal together. With time, maybe. But I wouldn't. I'm not disagreeing with Kevin, by the way. I'm not saying he's wrong, but I think we still need to give them both a bit more time, because obviously Munoz only came in in January of this year, and he batted it up for us. But
he was excellent.
Yeah, man, he was a quality signing. Okay, so I think that's everyone, unless we get another comment here before we go. So, Sean, you're saying 3-0 next Sunday against Brentford, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm 100% confident that we win that game.
Okay, well, I'm not going to be that confident, because I know in this game against them at their place, we've never won there. So, I'm acutely aware that we're not great away at Brentford, and we beat them under Roy at home last season. But again, away from home, we haven't won there yet. We haven't lost there yet, mind you, but it's only been draws at their place. Colin says the Luton striker Elijah Adebayo would be perfect. We were linked to him earlier in the window. Yeah, but I can see Luton wanting crazy money for him, because they've only just been relegated from the Prem. They know we have money because we sold Elise. And if they're talking anything over 20 million, I'm saying walk away, because I don't think he'd be worth more than 20 mil. But again, Luton have the power to say, look, if you want him, that's the price you have to pay for him. But I think that's everything. So look, people, it's your boy Nate. It's Eagle Eyed Football. Big up to Sean for jumping on all the way from Jamaica. And yeah, this time next weekend, it's Brentford away. Stay tuned for the fan cams. I know that Rich and Nicky are down at the game. And as always, up the Palace. Eagles!